What's up, man? This your big brother K-Rino. Um, I want to talk about this because I don't think that stories like this get covered enough. I think we focus so much on the negative aspects of everything, anything, whatever category you can name. It's something about the negative parts of it that seem to be more attractive to us, and as a result, those are the things that the media reports. Those are the things that trickle down to us due to the media emphasizing those things heavy, and then in turn it makes us spread that same thing when we talk among ourselves and we talk to people about certain situations. Now we know about the tragedy with young Dolph. Um, you hear about all of the backstories that could have possibly led to it. We don't know what's what. Most people don't know what's what. And it doesn't even really matter. The fact of the matter is that a man has lost his life, and children have lost their fathers, um, relatives have lost their loved one, and now um, that's that. But I want to focus on something else about that brother, young Dolph, that, like I say, in my opinion, isn't being spoken on enough, and I think should be celebrated even in the face of a tragic situation like this. Because once it's done, once this thing has happened um, to anybody, then usually the messy process of sorting out his assets and sorting out what they've left behind, whatever that might be, that's the next step. And for musicians, it's usually not a good process. It's usually not a fun process for the family because in the case of musicians, a lot of times they don't own the product. They don't own the product that they have put their creativity and their time into. The labels own it. And so when a brother tragically loses his life, what happens is, and I said this the other day, the sales immediately spike. Everybody runs out to purchase the music. And that's why I asked the question the other day, are dead rappers big business or good for business? And if so, for who? And that's what I was talking about. But in the case of Young Dolph, it was reported that his music after his passing generated like $20 million now overnight. Now I don't know if that report is accurate. Y'all feel free to double check that. Double check it if you find out the accurate number. If that isn't the accurate number, please put it down in the comment section. But I hope that is the right number. And the reason why I hope that that's the right number is because this man owned his music. This man was a rare uh, thing in the industry of an artist of that stature, and that is to own his own master recordings. There was nobody that could come along and lay claim and benefit from whatever money was generated after his passing. Now, we don't celebrate his death, but we do celebrate the fact that he had his stuff together in life. Um, I also saw where he owned a bunch of property, and that was another smart move. And owning that property, along with the ownership of his master recordings, man, that sets his family up forever. And even in life, I know that's why he was doing it. So it's not a good thing that he's gone, but it's a good thing that he had the foresight to not only gain ownership of his music, but to also invest in the most valuable thing that you can invest in, and that's land and in those properties. and I'm sure his children will be set if the knowledge of how to maintain that has been passed down to them, and if no one else comes in out of left field and manipulates or swindles them out of it, which I'm pretty confident that won't happen. Um, this what I'm talking about right now, as it relates to young dogs. This should be a lesson to everybody. It should be a template for everybody. This is why artists fight so hard for ownership, those who come into the knowledge of how important it is. And in turn, this is why the labels fight so hard against it. This is why they fight so hard to make sure that they have the ownership, because they knew the game decades ago. So the same thing that young Dolph has done and set up for his family, these CEOs have been doing it for their families for generations. So keep that in mind no matter what it is that you do, man. I don't care if you're a big time mainstream artist or you just round the block doing it. Ownership is the key. And people say, well, man, it was a setup, it was a setup, it was a setup. And the setup term is spoken on by different people on different levels. Some people say, set up in the streets. Okay. Some people say set up by those very powers on a higher level. But however it went down, we'll just be thankful that the brother had the knowledge, wisdom, and the understanding to establish something for his family in a short period of time. They said, what I read, it said like 100 properties. Like I said, if anybody gets the real numbers, or if those are not the real numbers, please let me know. But it doesn't matter if it's 2 properties, 5, don't matter. It doesn't matter if the 20 million really wasn't but 5 million. Guess what? His legacy has been set, and I would advise everybody to follow suit. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all with another one before the night's over with. Peace.